Welcome to ImprovLive 365. My dad and my grandfather, they play drums. So I've always been around music, especially jazz, since when I was a little kid. So I started off on piano when I was 4, and I always wanted to be just like Diana Krall when I was a little kid, and still do, but I guess with a bass. I thought bass would be cool because I always liked Paul McCartney's bass lines on the Beatles records, and so my dad got me a bass, and here I am, and I've been taking theory lessons with my grandfather for the past almost 3 years, 2.5 years. Together, right now, over me. I could always play the piano and I could play the guitar, but it didn't really click. But then I picked up the bass and I could like play it, and it was like, oh, this is so cool. Growing up around musicians so much, not just my dad, but being at his gigs and hanging around with the other guys on the gigs, it just seemed really cool, and I was always playing an instrument when I was little, so I don't know what else I'd do. I could practice in my basement as long as I wanted, but until you actually get out and play with people, that's really, you get pushed into so many things that you wouldn't do if you were just practicing on your own. So that's helped me a lot, and I've grown a lot since last year. I couldn't even take a solo last year. I was too scared. But then someone was like, hey, take your solo. And I was like, what? Okay. So I just had to do it. I have to practice, maybe 20 minutes, half hour, depending on how much homework I have, like right when I get home, so I make sure I get something done, and then I do my homework. The hard part is getting off the couch and like going down here to practice, but then once you get down here, you're like, oh, I don't want to go back up, because it's fun. Didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always make you stand out in a crowd.
What would your advice be to other young people? How would you encourage them?
Listen to the type of music you want to play so that becomes a part of you. And just do what you love, Like, don't get sucked into doing what you think people want you to do.